What is differentiated instruction and how can I apply it into my classroom? Simply put, it's a teaching method that involves providing all types of students with different avenues to learn in the most successful way possible. The four things that differentiated instruction aim to do into our classrooms are improve learning outcomes, increase student engagement, increase self-awareness, and lastly but not least, help students learn more efficiently and with a deeper understanding of the materials. There are four basic areas which we can differentiate in our classrooms. 1. Content, 2. Process, 3. Product, and 4. Learning environment. When differentiating content, remember that students in your classroom range from never being introduced to some materials to others having almost mastered those materials outside of the classroom and everywhere in between. Bloom's taxonomy comes into play again into the classroom. Remember, the 6 levels of Bloom's taxonomy are remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. Being able to implement this into a reading classroom include examples such as matching vocabulary words, identifying an author's position, and then providing evidence to support the viewpoint. And some students will even be able to create a PowerPoint to summarize the lesson. When these methods are being used, each student's needs are being met.
Two other areas where you can differentiate instruction in the classroom is through the process of learning and the product that the students produce. The process of learning is described as the activity the student engages in order to make sense of or master the content. The following are some ways that you can differentiate the process in the elementary classroom. You can use tiered activities. This is where all learners work at the same important understandings and skills, but proceed with different levels of support, challenge, or complexity. You can offer manipulatives or other hands-on supports for students who need them. Or you can vary the length of time a student may take to complete a task in order to provide additional support for a struggling learner or to encourage an advanced learner to pursue a topic in greater depth. The third area where you can differentiate instruction in the classroom is through the product that the student produces. The product is described as a culminating project that asks the student to rehearse, apply, and extend what he or she has learned in a unit. The following are some examples of differentiating a product in the elementary classroom. You can give students options of how to express required learning, like creating a puppet show, writing a letter, or developing a mural with labels. You can use rubrics that match and extend students' varied skill levels. You can allow students to work alone or in small groups on their products. And you can encourage students to create their own product assignments as long as the assignments contain required elements. The fourth and final element of the classroom that can be differentiated is the learning environment. Differentiated instruction is not only that of modifying test or work that the student has, but also how the classroom is arranged. By arranging the classroom to fit the needs of the exceptional student, the teacher is making sure that the student is receiving the best education possible. Some students will do better standing up and the option of moving about the room freely, while other students need to have a quiet place where they can concentrate and finish their work. Not only is the physical layout of the classroom important, but the routine of turning in work, as well as how to gather material, is important. By establishing a routine, the student knows exactly what to expect when they are finished with their work or when they may need to get certain materials. There is no confusion, and this will help alleviate some stress that the student might feel when they are in the classroom. The last thing to think about when differentiating the classroom environment is to think about having a community of learners. This would mean that you need to explain to your students that everyone learns differently. There are some students who will need to work standing up and others who will need to move around the room freely. By having this understanding, the students will be more knowledgeable about what is happening in the classroom and this instruction will go more smoothly.